Hello everybody, I'm coming at you today from my bedroom and I was just having some thoughts. I was thinking about life and the things that I've done and the people I've met and things that I've gone through and how that's been for me. And I felt like I had some things that I should share because they were things that changed me as a person and changed the way I view the world and changed the way that I am completely living my life. So, I wanted to just bring some subjects up and talk about like what I've been through dealing with negative people, negativity of myself, maybe even a little bit about depression because, they're all kind of intertwined. So I'm going to start right off the bat and say that I wasn't really negative when I was younger. When I was like a child, elementary school, I would say I was pretty positive, pretty nice, pretty happy. I didn't really have a lot of negativity inside me. And I was kind of oblivious. Whether I did or not, I don't know. I don't really think a lot about that. Like, think a lot about how I was in that period of time. However, I do know that when I got into middle school and the very, beginning of high school, it was mostly 6th, 7th, 8th, and a little bit of the ninth grade, I had a problem with negativity. And I didn't even know I really had a problem with it until down the road. And I was thinking about why I was negative and where this problem came from. And a lot of it had to do with the people that I was surrounding myself with in that time period. And a lot of things have to do with who you surround yourself with. A lot of your traits and things that you might do or things that you might think, a lot of that can be determined by people that you decide to associate with because, they rub off on you. So when I was in that time period, I had people surrounding me that were very negative, viewed the world a certain way. And it really wore off on me and it really affected who I was as a person to the point where I was really quick to just snap at people, really quick to lash out and be angry, and just my view of the world, that negative paradigm of seeing things like everything sucks, everybody is, an asshole, and just like this view like nothing is exciting, and what do I have to look forward to, the world is just unfair and shitty and I just hate it. I really was like that, and I really think that there are a lot of people that are like that now. People that live their life looking at the world like it's just this shitty place and that they just, it just sucks to be here. And I think that that's really awful, and it's really a tragedy that so many people get stuck into that kind of mindset like I was for so long. So what made this change for me? What made me go down a different path and realize that I didn't need to be so negative? Well, actually, the biggest thing that happened was I started hanging out with different friends. I met a couple different people, and certain people came into my life, and their way of viewing things was just so much more positive, so much more just a happy way to see things, and just more wholesome and less painful. It's just seeing the world in a way like, hey, maybe everything is not so bad. Maybe, yeah, there is hardship in the world, but you shouldn't let that affect how you see everything, and you shouldn't let that affect how you live your life. These thoughts came into my head, and I was like, wow, I never lived like that before. I mean, when I was very young, yeah, but throughout those years, I was negative, and I didn't even realize I was being negative. And this way of viewing things really shaped me for the years to come. Even now, it's shaped me. But as I was getting over my negativity and as I was, becoming friends with more positive people, it wasn't easy. It didn't happen overnight. There are still things even now that linger inside of me that are negative, and things that I don't even consciously realize that I've been affected by people and by certain ways of thought. Certain ways of viewing the world. Those things that even now they can still stick with me. I would like to think that I'm a happy, positive person now, but I'm sure every now and then, it seeps up on me, and sometimes it's hard to be alive. I mean, that's like the big thing. I totally get why people can be negative and why people can say everything sucks and everything is shit. Because hey, being alive isn't easy in the first place. I realize being on this earth, being a person, it's really tough. It's really not easy to get out of bed every day and just face the world. There's so many things that we have to deal with, so many societal pressures existentially, just thinking why am I on this earth? Who put me here? What is my reason for being here? What happens after you die? Like, these are all questions that they bombard all of us, and it can get some people really stressed out, and it can really affect some people, and a lot of people can be driven into directions that they might not need to be driven into because of these things that we have to deal with. And if you don't have anybody to rely on, or any friends or any people that are important to you in your life that you can confide in, it can be really overwhelming to deal with these things. So I totally get why people can fall into this cycle of negativity. So once I started hanging out with more positive people, it really did affect me, and it really did show me that there is so much more to life. Like, this planet itself, the physical planet, is so perfect. Like, we're actually living on a paradise, if you think about it. Like, the actual earth that we're on is flawless. The ocean, the land, the sky, the fact that we're just a little ball floating in space, it's so magnificent and so special and beautiful. And I'm like, wow, like, I'm so thankful that I get to live on this beautiful planet. And I think that the people are beautiful too. And so many people are beautiful. I feel like most people are really genuinely good on the inside, but we have to face this harsh society and harsh things that we have to go through being alive, like I just said. You know, while the earth is beautiful and perfect, people are not always perfect, and sometimes we're assholes to each other, and sometimes we inflict our pain upon others. When somebody is going through something, this is what I really realize is like one of the main causes of depression. When somebody's going through something and they're dealing with life and dealing with their troubles and have a lot of stress on them, and they don't really have a lot of people in their life to confide in, and people that care about them, and people that they feel comfortable enough to express these feelings to. They don't feel comfortable enough to just open up to people in their life and explain like why they're feeling a certain way. If you don't really have that, I can totally get why it's very difficult to even cope with being alive, cope with this earth. So I get why people can be negative, and why negativity is how it is, and why it does fester inside of people. I mean, but once I got rid of so many negative influences in my life, and once I realized that the people that were inflicting their negative views on me, once I dropped them, like, in a way, like, once I said, oh, I don't need to view the world how you view it, and I can view it how I want to view it, that was when everything changed for me, and I totally became a more positive person. And I realized, like, all I need to do is just be happy and live my life and just try to bring as much positivity into people's lives as I can, and then I'll be good. Like, that's all I really need. I don't need all these material items. I don't need a nice fancy car. I don't need a lot of expensive clothes or electronics. Like, I don't need all that. And I mean, it's fun if you want those things. Like, that's totally fine, you know, because this is what humanity has made. Like, let's enjoy it. But I don't think that that's what I need to be happy, and I don't think that's what anybody needs to be happy. I think that if you have meaningful, special relationships with friends, family, lovers, you develop an appreciation for the world and for people, and the negativity just kind of fades away after a while. After you say goodbye to all the negativity that you were festering and holding inside of you. Once you just finally accept that life is not always easy, but you have to just make the best of it, I don't know, it just becomes a lot easier. Even now, I recently, like, stopped interacting with somebody that was very negative and was not actually a positive influence in my life, and that wasn't very easy. You know, I could totally get how it's not easy to let go of somebody, and it's not easy to say goodbye to somebody that you really care about, even if they're kind of hurting you. You know, if you care about somebody a lot and they're not good for you, it's not always easy to just say goodbye and just be like, hey, you know, you're not a good person in my life that is helping me, like, I need to get rid of you. It's not easy. But, you know, you have to make these choices, and you have to see, like, what's going on around you, and are these people helping me, and are these people bringing me down? Because, you know, I just really see that there's, like, two ways of living. You can live in this everything sucks mind state, everything is horrible, life is shit, and everything is negative, and always bringing up negative subjects when you're talking to people, and always just making people feel negative because you just inflict it upon them. You can live that life, or you can live the life of, I love you. Life is beautiful. We are beautiful. Every person is beautiful. The world is beautiful. Existence is beautiful. If you look at life this way, and you just say, hey, I'm thankful to be alive. You know, I'm thankful for what I have. I'm thankful for the people in my life. You know, thank you God, thank you anything. Just thank existence itself for putting you in this life. I try to do that as much as I possibly can, and it really has affected who I am and really changed my view of everything. And my life in the last like couple years has been so much better than it has when I was negative. And people even came up to me and they said, hey Frank, like you used to be really negative. You used to be really mean and really not a good, happy person. And I was like, wow, you know, I didn't even know I was like that. Maybe some of you guys are in that problem right now and you don't even know. So hopefully this video can help you, and hopefully you can see, you know, what path do you want to go down, and what choices do you want to make, and what friends do you want to keep, and what energy do you want to submit to? What energy do you want to bring into this world? And the energy that you decide to associate yourself with, it completely will affect your whole view of everything. Your whole existence on this earth will be affected by just the way you decide to view it. And I think that's awesome, and that's really special. So with that said, just keep spreading the love energy, and it comes right back around into you. You can always get more love. You can always get more positivity. There's an infinite amount of it. You can always just pull from the infinite pool of positivity, and you always get more. It works with negativity too. I mean, if you always want to be more negative, you can always do that too. But why do that when it gives you wrinkles and it makes you have like an ulcer in your brain? Like, why? Like, be nice, be happy, and hey, it'll be a better life. And that's all I really want for everybody. So with that said, I will see you very soon. I'm going to be doing some things. I'm actually going to London for 2 months on January 20th. I don't know if I'm posting this video before or after that. But yeah, I'm going to be making videos and vlogging and like talking about stuff. So stay tuned. Follow me on Snapchat at Frankomg. That is my Snap. And my Instagram, it's a few things. So yeah, I'll see you guys very soon, and I love you. Thank you for watching, and you're always with me, and I'm always with you. See you soon. Bye.